In recent years, as video game rose as a new popular form of entertainment, esports also rose in popularity, which is a form of virtual competition. Eh, As the popularity of esports grew, the question of whether esports should count as a sport became a hot topic. And to answer that question simply, yeah, it should be counted as a sport. But to answer the question in more detail, we first should look at what the definition of a traditional sport is. Here it says sports is an activity involving physical exertion and skill in which an individual or team competes against another for entertainment. Esport is basically all of that except with virtual competition. The three main points in the definition of the sport is first, the physical exertion and skill, second, the individual and team competition, and third, for entertainment. Uh, we'll be going with point one, physical exertion and skill. Esports, although it doesn't have that much physical exertion as compared to maybe basketball, football, soccer, it still has some physical exertion in the form of moving the mouse, clicking keys on the keyboard, or just moving the joystick on a controller. Although it is not a lot of physical exertion, it still is physical exertion and should be counted as a sport since chess, professional chess, is counted as a sport, even though their only physical exertion is moving the piece from one spot to another and maybe even tapping the timer. The second point is how competitive esports are. Esports can be just as competitive as normal sport, mainly due to it also having a professional league it plays in, just like basketball's NBA, baseball's MLB, and football's NFL. For example, the game League of Legends has an esports, and its league in North America at least is called the LCS. And having a league can gather all the top talents in a region and basically raises the competition, so it can be just as competitive like a normal traditional sport. For example, in League of Legends case, its highest competitive event would be the World Championship being held annually, usually in November. The most recent one being 2 days ago on November 6th of 2021, where all the top teams in the world come together for a big competition, raising the competitiveness even higher. Lastly, the third main point of whether esport is a entertainment, and since video game itself is already very good entertainment, whether it was being viewed on platforms like YouTube or Twitch, it all gets in high amounts of view from viewers. And since it has competitive league to ensure the top most competitive gameplay, the viewership shouldn't be low, and it should be a good form of entertainment. And a good form of entertainment always has fans and people cheering behind them, just like normal sports. Esports also have their own sort of fans cheering them every time they play in an event. So, in conclusion, esport meets all three main criteria of sport, so and it should count as a normal sport. And as esports is currently progressing even more, since next year is going to be played in the Asian Games, which is like an Olympic Games for the East countries. So it shouldn't be too long until maybe esports can be registered as an official event in the Olympics. Thus, we should slowly accept virtual competition as a type of new sport. And thank you.